Ballet and Pilates. My name is Amy and I'll be your instructor today. Today I'm joined by Jake and Mia. So if you're new to Pilates or a complete beginner, please follow along with Jake and Mia. They'll be doing the modified versions for our class today. So today we're going to be doing a ballet-inspired Pilates class. So this will be perfect if you are a dancer, ex-dancer, or maybe just somebody that wants to get into dancing. It's perfectly catered to all levels as well. So what we're going to start doing is coming to the edge of our mat, making sure that our feet are hip distance apart, our knees are relaxed. We're going to take a deep inhale and then exhale, slow and controlled, rolling down, upper back, mid back, lower back, and allow the knees to completely soften. Inhale, hold. And exhale, slow and controlled, rolling up, lower back, mid back, upper back. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, hold. And exhale, slow and controlled, rolling all the way back up to standing. Let's do one more of those. Inhale. And exhale, chin to chest, rolling down through the spine. Inhale, hold, and I want you to grab hold of your elbows and just allow your body to rock side to side. If you want to start to straighten those knees, you can. Just getting a little bit of a stretch through the backs of the legs into those hamstrings. And these can be big or small. Just go with what feels good for you today. And coming back to center, we're going to exhale, start to walk our hands forward into our downward facing dog. For the modified version, you can bend those knees. Otherwise, we're going to just gently press our heels down, coming into our pedals. Just warming up the backs of the legs, getting a little bit of movement going. How's everybody feeling, okay? Good. And then just pressing both heels down into the mat. Again, if you need to soften those knees, feel free to soften them. We're going to slowly roll down onto our hands and knees, coming into our cat-cow. We're going to exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. And inhale, lengthening the spine and arching. And exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale, arch. Two more. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale, arch. One last time. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale, arch. And we're just going to move the body around a little bit. These can be big or small. Just creating a little bit of movement. We are going to be spending quite a bit of time on our hands and knees. And then what I'd like everybody to do is just walk your hands over to the left of your mat and just relax your toes, push back towards your right hip and just feel that stretch through that side body for me. Taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Slowly coming up. Walk your hands over to the right. Same thing, we're going to gently press down towards the left hip. Relax your chest down onto your right thigh. Feeling that stretch through the side body. We take a deep inhale through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. And let's do one more here. Inhale. And exhale. and coming all the way back up onto your hands and knees. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab hold of our small Pilates ball. You want to make sure that you've got enough space behind you to keep your toes pressed onto the mat. Everybody in the studio, just make sure you're walking a little bit further forward, and everybody at home, make sure that you don't have anything in front of you or behind you that you can knock over. So we're going to take the side of our hand and we're going to gently place it onto the small Pilates ball. So the aim is to try not to press down into the ball too much. You almost want to imagine that your ball is made of glass and that you don't want to break that ball. So we're just resting your arm on the ball essentially. We're going to spread the fingertips out, make sure that your wrist is in line with your shoulder. Make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. We're going to brace those abdominal muscles and we're going to extend your left leg out. Now, as dancers, we like to always sort of work through our rotation, and today we're going to be working quite a lot in our parallel position just to strengthen those muscles as well. So we're going to brace our abdominal muscles. We're going to exhale, squeeze the glute and hamstring, lift your left leg, flexing your toes, inhale, tap down, exhale, lift, inhale. And again, as dancers, we have the habit of trying to come up into our full extension or full flexibility. This exercise is all about strength. So I want you to lift that leg just to 90 your hip height and then bring it back down for me. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, beautiful, everybody, good. And when we hold it there, we're going to point the toes, keeping that leg parallel. We're going to come into little leg circles for 10, keeping the torso as still as possible. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it there, draw that belly button closer towards the spine, lifting up out of that left shoulder, out of that right hip. We're going to grab hold of the ball, reach your arm forward, and keeping your hand in line with your shoulder. We're going to exhale, open the arm and leg out to the side, and inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, open. Inhale. 3, keeping that torso as still as possible. 4, trying to keep that leg parallel. 5, 6, this is harder than it looks. 7, keep breathing, using that breath. 8, 9, last one for me, 10, and in. We're going to press your left foot down. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, thread that arm through and underneath your left, coming into threading the needle. And again, we inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. One last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, thread. Coming into rest position, take your hands, sort of flop them over the small Pilates ball, allow them to relax, and if you need to, bring your hands into fists, just start to circle those wrists. And make sure that you go the opposite direction. All right, so we should be starting to feel a little bit warmer already, feeling those abdominal muscles start to activate. Good news and bad news is we've done the first side. Bad news is we've got to repeat that to the other side. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees again. Making sure that your fingertips are nice and spread, your wrists are in line with your shoulders, your knees are in line with your hips. We're going to take the side of the left hand, gently press it not press it, sorry, just rest it onto the ball. We're going to extend the right leg out, so really making sure that you're bracing those abdominal muscles, keeping that right leg parallel. We exhale, lift just to hip height, and inhale, tap down. Exhale, 2, and tap. And as I said before, you're going to want to go into that full extension and use your flexibility as a dancer, but today is all about strengthening those muscles. So we want to keep our movements perfectly at that 90-degree angle. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold it there, lengthen your toes away, coming into a point, keeping this movement within the hip socket. So we're just doing little circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg lengthened. Draw the belly button in towards the spine even more. We grab hold of the ball. We lift it up. And going into the horrible one, we exhale. Open the arm and leg to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. 3. And back. If it's feeling really tough, make the movement a little bit smaller. Exhale, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got to keep breathing. 9 and 10. Back to center, press that right foot down into the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, thread the arm through and underneath the right. And inhale, lift. And exhale, thread. One last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, thread. Coming back into that rest position, pushing your knees back, allowing the wrists just to relax over the ball. And we start to circle your wrists around. And opposite direction. From there, slowly coming up to a seated position, we're going to grab hold of the small Pilates ball. And we're going to bring the ball in between our ankles. After that quite intense ab warm-up, we just want to relax the back a little bit. So what we're going to do now, just gently squeeze the ball, come right forward to the edge of your mat. We're going to relax your head and chest down, completely relax for me. Squeezing the ball slightly, we're going to roll up for a count of 4. So we inhale, and as you exhale, roll up 1, 2, 3, 4. Modified version, you're grabbing behind your thighs. Full version, we reach those arms to first. And we're going to exhale, roll down halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, we inhale and exhale, roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7. Relax. 8. Inhale. And we exhale, roll back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rolling down. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Hold and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just coming all the way to seated position. That should have relaxed the muscles a little bit. Give your body a little bit of a roll out. Shoulders a bit of a roll, the neck a bit of a roll. Right, we're going to grab hold of the small Pilates ball. So what I'm going to suggest is if you have a really bad lower back, or you're doing the more modified version, bring the ball a little bit closer towards your lower back. If you're doing the more advanced variation, we're going to bring the ball just underneath the shoulder blades. Now in studio, we've got like really big Pilates balls, so you might need to adjust it, just see how it feels. At home, I'd presume your Pilates ball is a little bit smaller than ours. Right, so we're going to inhale to prepare. We're going to reach those arms forward. And we're going to exhale, roll down onto your small ball, tucking that tailbone under. We're going to inhale, reach those arms up to fifth. Exhale, open to second, and we're just doing a little crunch. You're not coming off the ball, but you're just reaching forward slightly. And then we exhale, so you're straightening the spine, and exhale, circle round. So just be careful that you don't go into a hyperextension here. We don't want the rib cage to flare. We want the back to stay nice and neutral. And then exhale, circling round. We've got two more. We reach, exhale round. Last one, and exhale round. So now we're going to add our leg coming up to tabletop. Modified version, you're going to keep your fingertips down, and you're just going to lift that leg up and down. Full version, we're going to add that full port de bras to the movement. We're going to do 8 on each side. So we inhale to prepare, we reach, and we exhale, lift 1. Tap down, exhale, lift 2. Beautiful, everybody, good. Exhale, lift 3. Exhale, lift 4. And 5, bracing those abs. 6, 7, and 8. And coming down. We're going to repeat over to the other side. So if you need to adjust the ball quickly, sometimes it does roll away from you a little bit. Bracing those abdominal muscles, we're going to make sure that your tailbone is tucking towards you. And from there, we're going to reach those arms up to fifth. Sorry, everybody at home, there's an ambulance coming past. So we're just going to wait for it. That's it. Right, so we're going to inhale to prepare, bring those arms up to fifth. And we're going to exhale, circle the arms round, lifting up 1. And tapping down. 2. And down. 3. So remember, we're not doing a full extension over the ball. It's just a lengthening of the upper back. 5. 6. 7. Last one, 8. And hopefully those upper abs are starting to feel nice and warm. We're going to walk those legs forward, keeping them bent, reaching your arms up into fifth. So everybody can bring their arms to fifth for this one. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, and we're going to exhale, roll up. If you need to, grab hold of your thighs to help. We're going to reach forward, coming all the way up to that seated position. And then I'm just going to ask you to bring your ball back a little bit, straighten your legs for me so we can come into our full roll up. So again, if you're a beginner, rather follow Jake or Mia. They'll be doing the modified versions, and don't do the full extension. So what I mean by that is when you roll down, you're not going to fully extend your spine over the ball. You're going to maintain that nice neutral spine and feel those upper abs engage. And then from there, we're going to circle around, coming into port de bras, reaching forward and coming all the way to a seated position. If you're doing the full version, just to get a little bit of extension through the spine, we're going to reach up and back. It is a really nice stretch, but you do want to make sure that you're engaging your abs fully as you come forward. So just feel how your backs feel this morning, whenever you're doing it at home, but we're doing it in the morning. So we're going to roll the shoulder blades down and back. We're going to reach those arms to first. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, we start to bring those arms up into fifth, rolling back, whichever variation you're going to choose. We reach the arms back. Big exhale, circling round. rounding forward as if you're reaching up and over a big barrel, and then exhale, articulating through the spine to come back to a seated position. Inhale, and we exhale. Roll back, reaching those arms up. Exhale, circling round, and reaching up and over that imaginary barrel. So just creating a nice stretch and mobility through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down, reaching up and over, and exhale, circling round. This time I'd like you to reach all the way forward, flex your feet, coming into a full forward fold, just enjoying the stretch. And slow and controlled, coming all the way to a seated position. So we're going to do modified version. You're not going to use the ball. So you're just going to have your fingertips pressing down into the mat. We're going to bring those legs in. You might have to take your socks off, see how it feels. We're going to open your legs out, slide them forward, bring them in. So we're doing a little développé with both legs. And then we're going to repeat 2 of those. We're going to come into a twist, spine twist, twist, back to center. Full version. We're going to bring the ball underneath our heels. So this is going to be quite an intense one for those hip flexors, but as dancers, again, we tend to overwork our hip flexors or overstretch them quite a bit. So this is a really good strengthening exercise for those hip flexors. Also, it's going to help give you that beautiful turnout for your retières and all of those positions. So we're going to roll the shoulder blades down and back, fingertips pressing into the mat, making sure to point those toes fully. We take a deep breath in and we're going to exhale. So it's not about how high you're bringing your knees in, because you want to keep them super glued together. We're going to open your legs out to the side, stretch them out, bring them back in. And we come in, open, stretch, and close. Bringing both hands, interlace them behind your head. We're going to inhale, rotate to the left, keeping those hips nice and still, and exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, back to center. Let's reach those arms up and open, bring your fingertips down. We inhale, bring those legs in. If your legs are shaking, that's good. And stretch out. If you're like Jake and your mat is sticking, bring your feet onto the floor. So you've got a little bit more room to slip, that's it. And we're going to inhale, lift, open, exhale, stretch, and close. And up, open, keep the back nice and straight, stretch, and close, interlacing your hands behind your head. We inhale, rotate to the side, and exhale back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back to center, reaching those arms up and open. If you're like me, those legs are shaking. We've got one more set. We inhale, lift. We exhale, open, stretch, and close, lengthening through the spine. 2, open, stretch, and close, interlacing your hands behind your head. We inhale, rotate to the side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back to center. Bring those arms up and reach. And then finally bring those feet in, coming into a butterfly stretch. You can use the ball just to help stretch forward a little bit. How are we feeling, Jake and Mia? Okay?
Yeah, good.
Nice and warm?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody at home, hopefully you're feeling good as well. Really warm now in those hips, which is what we want, especially for the next set of exercises. So full variation, you're going to be doing this exercise with the ball underneath your foot. If you find that's too difficult, you're just going to lift your heels, so following either Jake or Mia. Who would like to do the modified version for this one? Jake. Okay, so Jake's going to do it. So you're going to lift your heels. So you won't be using the ball. Mia and I will be popping the ball underneath our legs. So we want to go a little bit further back onto our mat. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat. Popping the ball underneath your leg. We're going to slow and controlled roll all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. relaxing your head and chest onto the mat. And then what we want to do is just walk your heels back. So you've got about 1.5 foot space between your heel and your glute. And even though you've got the ball underneath your foot, you want to make sure that your legs are relatively parallel to one another. We've got about 1 foot space between your knees and your ankles. We're going to think about bracing those abdominal muscles now. So thinking about that capital Y position, the rib cage drawing down towards the belly button, the pubic bone zipping up. We're going to take a nice deep inhale to prepare, and we're going to exhale, tilt the pelvis towards you, so your pubic bone lifting up to the ceiling. We exhale, engage your glutes and hamstrings, peeling your spine vertebra by vertebra off of the mat. Inhale, hold. So imagine that tray of gin and tonic resting on your hips. And then we're going to exhale, roll all the way down, upper back, mid back, lower back. And we repeat. We inhale, tilt the pelvis. Exhale, engaging your glutes and hamstrings, peeling your spine off of the mat. Inhale, hold. And exhale, slow and controlled, rolling down, upper back, mid back, lower back. Trust me, even if you're not using the ball, you're still going to feel those hamstrings and glutes activate. We inhale, tilt, exhale, engaging your glutes and hamstrings, peeling your spine off of the mat. Now really making sure to keep those legs parallel. And we exhale, slow and controlled, rolling all the way down. This last one, we're going to hold it up. So we inhale, tilt the pelvis. Exhale, peeling your spine off of the mat. We hold this pelvic lift. So whether you're doing the ball or not, we're going to inhale, slide the leg forward. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, slide. Exhale, in. 3. Exhale, really focusing on keeping those hips lifted. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. Last one, 8. I want you to keep your leg extended, bracing those abdominal muscles. We're going to exhale, roll down, upper back, mid back, lower back, and release. So ideally, if you have the ball underneath your leg, what you want to do is have the ball sort of in this little gap between your heel and your Achilles tendon. It's a really good place to pop the ball. And we want to extend the toes all the way forward. So you've got a beautiful line from the tip of your toe all the way down to your hip. If you don't have the ball, I want you to flex your toes up to the ceiling. So again, we're getting that beautiful extension through the back of the leg. We're going to brace our abdominal muscles, and we're going to extend the right leg up to the ceiling. So again, because a lot of dancing, everything is rotated, we're going to keep everything nice and parallel today. We're going to take a deep inhale to prepare, and we're going to exhale, circle that right leg round, aiming to keep your left hip as still as possible, trying not to hula hoop it. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then drawing that knee in towards your chest, hugging it in nice and tight. Most people think this is just for your hip, which it is. It does release the hip flexor a little bit, but the stretch is actually for your lower back. So the more you drive that knee in towards your chest, the more of a stretch you'll get in your lower back. And sometimes as dancers, we can hold a lot of tension in that lumbar spine. And release. So full version, we're going to bring our feet over the ball. Modified version, so Jake, what I'd like you to do is just pop the small ball underneath your shoulder blades for me, please. And Mia, you're just going to do it without the ball completely, just have your legs nice and straight. So advanced version, you're following me, we've got the feet on the ball. Beginner version, following Jake, the ball's behind your shoulder blades. And then intermediate version, following Mia, no ball at all. So we're going to reach our arms up to fifth. We take a nice deep inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, empty your lungs completely as you roll up using your abdominal muscles. We inhale, reach up and over that imaginary barrel, and exhale, coming back to that seated position. Just to make it a little bit more challenging now, we're going to keep our arms in fifth. And we're going to exhale, roll down, lower back, mid back, upper back. Inhale and exhale, rolling up. Reaching up and over that imaginary barrel and coming back to that seated position. One last time, inhale, exhale, rolling down, lower back, mid back, upper back. Inhale and exhale. Reaching up and over into our forward fold, flexing your toes. So if you're on the ball, you're going to get that really deep extension. And if you can, grab hold of those big toes, pull in a little bit more. And then again, I've got good news and bad news. We've done the first side, which means we have to repeat everything to the other side again. So following Jake for the modified version, following Mia and myself for the more advanced version, we're going to place the small ball underneath your right foot. And just coming a little bit further forward, make sure you're in the middle of your mat. We're going to exhale, roll down, lower back, mid back, upper back. And again, just checking that you've got about 1.5 foot space between your heels and your glutes, that you've got about a fist space between your knees and your ankles, and that our hands are relaxed down next to us. You want to think of flattening your shoulder blades along the mat, thinking of the backs of the ribs gently pressing down into the mat as well. So we take a deep inhale to prepare. We're going to exhale, tilt the pelvis towards you, slow and controlled, rolling up, lower back, mid back, upper back. Inhale, hold, and exhale, slow and controlled, rolling down, upper back, mid back, lower back. If you are using the ball, I'd like you to think about the ball being made of glass again and trying not to push down into the ball. So we really want to activate that left glute and hamstring. We inhale, tuck the pelvis towards you, exhale, engaging your glutes and hamstrings, peeling the spine off of the mat. Inhale, hold, and exhale, slow and controlled, upper back, mid back, lower back. We've got 2 more like that. We inhale, tilt, exhale, engaging your glutes and hamstrings, peeling your spine off of the mat. Inhale, hold, and exhale, slow and controlled, upper back, mid back, lower back. One last time, we're going to hold it up there. We inhale, tilt the pelvis. Exhale, engaging your glutes and hamstrings, peeling your spine vertebra by vertebra off of the mat. We hold it up here. Imagine that tray of gin and tonic resting on your hips. We brace those abdominal muscles and we inhale, stretch the right leg out. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. Inhale, 3. Exhale, take your time. Inhale, 4. Exhale, everything is slow and controlled. 5. And in. 6. And in. 7. And in. Last one, 8. Keeping that right leg extended, we're going to exhale, slow and controlled, rolling down, upper back, mid back, and lower back. So if you've just got your foot on the mat, flex your toes up to the ceiling. If you're using the small ball, really make sure to point and lengthen those toes away so we get that beautiful extension in the leg. And we're going to extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Again, bracing those abdominal muscles, thinking of that capital Y position within the torso, so the rib cage drawing down towards the belly button, the pubic bone zipping up. We're keeping that leg parallel, and we exhale, circle the leg round for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring your knee in towards your chest. Again, really pull that knee in nice and tight. The closer you can get that knee to your chest, the deeper stretch you'll get in that lumbar spine. And just taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. And release. So advanced version for this next exercise, we're going to bring the small ball underneath your lower back. But if you want to do the modified version, you're keeping your back down onto the mat for me. And we're going to bring both hands down onto the mat. So bracing those abdominal muscles. It doesn't matter whether you've got the ball behind your back or not. We're really thinking of tilting the pelvis, so coming into your imprinted spine. So if you don't have the ball, you'll be squishing your lower back down into the mat. We're going to lift your left leg up to tabletop. Lift your right leg up to tabletop, and we're going to start with our toe taps. So it doesn't matter how close to the mat you're going, as long as you're thinking of those lower abdominal muscles activating. We're going to inhale, tap your left foot down, and exhale, lift. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lift. So alternating those legs. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. 6 and lift. 7 and lift. 8 and lift. 9 and lift. Last one, 10 and lift. We're going to press your heels together, rotate your legs outwards. Now again, as dancers, you're going to want to fully go into your full rotation. We don't want that, okay, because we want to strengthen the hip flexors. So what I'd like you to do is bring your knees in line with your hips, then you'll know you're in the correct position. Keeping your feet nice and flexed, we're going to brace our abdominal muscles. We're going to exhale, squeeze those inner thighs, press out into a little plie. We're going to point those toes, flex, and then bend to come back in. Exhale, 2, point, flex, and in. Feeling those lower abdominal muscles engaging. 3, point, flex, and in. Exhale, 4, point, flex, and in. We have 4 more. Exhale, 5, point, flex, and in. Exhale, 6, point, flex, and in. Exhale, 7, point, flex, and in. Exhale, 8, point, flex. Hold it here. We're going to do 10 points and flexors. 10, 9, 8, feeling those calf muscles. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring those legs up to 90 degrees. Have a little shake, because that's quite intense on the calves. How are we doing, Jake and Mia? Good. Getting nice and warm. Everybody at home, hopefully you're doing well as well. All right, we're going to reach those legs up to the ceiling to 90 degrees. We're going to rotate the legs out, and we're going to open those legs just to hip width apart. We're going to do a little rond de jambe. Now, they're a bit different to the ballet rond de jambes. In Pilates, our rond de jambe exercise is keeping your legs within the hip socket, so just teeny tiny little circles. But we're going to do these rotated. So we rotate those legs and we circle round for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring those legs together, bring them into tabletop to release all of the tension now. We're going to come into our rollover. So we're going to inhale, extend your legs out to 45 degrees. Exhale, engaging your abdominal muscles, either holding the ball or bracing your lower back as you do this. So you're just rolling onto your shoulder blades. Try not to roll onto your neck. If your hamstrings allow you to, press your big toes into the mat. We're going to open your legs to mat width apart. Exhale, pointing your toes slow and controlled, rolling down vertebra by vertebra, and then a little circle of the legs, bring them back into tabletop. Everybody okay with that one? Mm-hmm. Good. And we're going to inhale, extend. Just 2 more of these. Exhale. Inhale, flexing your toes, allowing your feet to touch the floor if your hamstrings allow. Circling round, lower back, pressing down into the mat as we bring those legs back to 45 degrees and into tabletop. One more time for me. We inhale, extend. Exhale, remember, try not to roll onto your neck, so you're coming onto those shoulder blades, flexing your toes. We open the legs, slow and controlled. If you are on the ball, slowly take the ball away from your spine, roll down and back onto the mat, and just hug those knees in towards your chest. Little rocks, side to side for me. We're nearly there, everyone. We've got some side lying work and some extension, and then we'll come into a nice stretch. So we're going to grab hold of the small ball now, roll over onto your side for me, and we're going to bring the ball in between your ankles. We're going to stretch the legs all the way out. So modified version, if you're battling to keep your legs in line with your hips, bring your feet just a little bit further forward to the front of your mat. Otherwise, we're going to come all the way down onto your mat. And at home, if you do have a carpet and you're sort of unable to use the carpet to slide up, a good way to do that is to grab a sock, pop it onto your hand, and then you can use that to slide up and down a little bit. Although we are trying to use this top hand, because what we're going to do is a press up. So we're going to press your hand down. If you can't do a press up, you're just going to lift your head and chest and release down. So you have the option to do a press up or not to do a press up. So we're going to do 3 side press ups. Keeping your legs parallel, we're going to lift both legs up and bring them down, so using your top oblique. So we're going to start with those press ups. We take a nice deep inhale and exhale, using that top arm to press up. You can use the bottom arm to slide in, and then slow and controlled lowering down. Exhale to lift and lower. Exhale 3, lift and lower. We're then going to exhale, lift both legs up, keep them parallel, and inhale, release. This can be really difficult. Exhale 2, because as I say, as a dancer, we naturally just want to use that rotation. Exhale 3, and release. We're going to repeat those press ups. Exhale 1 and down. And if you want to make it even more challenging, try not to use that bottom arm. Exhale 2 and down. Exhale 3 and down. And we've got those leg lifts. We exhale, lift and lower, 2 and lower, last 1 and lower. So modified version for the next exercise. Mia, can you please do the modified version for us? So you're going to pop the small ball in front of that bottom leg. You're going to rotate the top leg, and you'll do the retires with your ball on the floor. It just makes it a little bit easier. Jake and I are going to do the full variation where we're keeping the ball in between our ankles and we're rotating those legs outwards. So head and chest is relaxing down. We're bracing those abdominal muscles, shoulders rolling down as well. And we're going to exhale, lift that top leg up to retire. And inhale, flex and point. So what I say to everybody is always make sure that your knee is lifting up to the ceiling. If you were pressed up against a wall now, you'd want to slide that knee up against the wall. So we're really trying to get that full rotation now. Flex and point. We have 5 more. Down, flex, and point. 6, down, flex, and point. 7, down, flex, and point. Last one, 8. We hold it here. From there, we're going to go into a little clamshell. We're going to drop the knee down, but keep it at hip height. And then exhale, lifting the knee to come up. We exhale, drop down, 2. And lift. 3. We're going to do 10 of these. 4. Again, really strengthening those hip flexors. 5. 6. 7. 8, focusing on that breath work. 9, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Last one, 10. We keep that knee lifted to the ceiling. If you need to, you can lift your head slightly. We're going to bring our fingertips onto the ball. And from there, we're going to exhale, extend that leg out into a développé. We're going to flex and point for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly bring that leg down, sliding the ball back out. And from there, we're going to come up. And before we switch over to the other side, we're going to come into some extension work. So if you'd like to do the modified version, you're not going to bring the ball underneath your breastbone. And I think Mia's going to show us that one. Jake and I are going to do the full variation where we're going to come down onto our stomach. Bring the small ball underneath your breastbone. And it's meant to be uncomfortable. It's meant to feel like there's something pressing into your stomach. So the whole point of this is to keep your chest nice and open, really thinking of flattening the shoulder blades, opening up those collarbones. And we're going to bring our arms down. So we're going to keep the head and chest. If you're on the mat without the ball, the tip of your nose is just pressing down into the mat. And I call this the swan arms because we're going to undulate those arms. We're going to bring the elbows up and down and up. As if we're beautiful swans, release. Exhale, 3. And down. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8, keeping those arms lifted, bring your hands to your forehead for me. So keeping those elbows nice and open, shoulder blades down and back. We're going to lift the head and chest. So if you don't have the ball, you're lifting so your breastbone is just off of the mat. If we're on the ball, we're pushing the ball forward with that breastbone. And we're going to inhale. It's a very, very small rotation to the side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, rotate to the opposite side. Exhale back to center, reaching those arms to fifth. We're going to circle around, lift a little bit higher, so into a full extension, and then bring your hands to your forehead. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back to center. Inhale, reach those arms to fifth. Exhale, circle around, coming into full extension. And then bring your hands in. We've got one more set. Inhale, rotate. Exhale. Inhale, rotate. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, circling round. And release. And from there, just pushing up into upward facing dog if that feels comfortable, or coming into Sphinx pose. We're going to reach our head over to the left shoulder and release, and reach over to the right and release, and just push back into rest position. Again, if you need to have a little wiggle here, just moving the body around a little bit. We are nearly there, everybody. We've got one more side lying to do, and we can come into a nice stretch to end off. So we're going to come over to the other side now. We're going to bring the small ball in between your ankles. We're going to lie all the way down onto that bottom arm. Remember, if you need to, Bring your feet a little bit further forward to the front of the mat. We're going to press that top arm down. And again, if you can't lift up into that full press up, don't worry, just come into a little head and chest lift. So keeping those legs nice and parallel, bracing our abdominal muscles. We're going to take a deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, we press up 1 and release. Exhale 2 and release. Exhale 3 and release. From there, we're going to exhale, lengthen the legs away. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. We repeat those press-ups. Remember, if you want to make it a bit more challenging, try not to use that bottom arm. Exhale 2 and release. Exhale 3 and release. And we exhale, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, lengthen, inhale. Last one, exhale, lengthen those legs away. Inhale, release. We're going to rotate those legs out. So again, Jake and I are going to keep the ball in between our ankles. Mia's going to bring the ball down onto the mat. So if you're doing the beginner version, following Mia. From there, we're going to exhale, draw that leg up to the ceiling, making sure your knee is lifting up, your toes are pressed onto the ball. We extend the leg down, flex and point. So obviously the challenge with this exercise is to keep the ball on your leg. Flex and point. 3, down, flex and point. And I'm sure you can see this is a really good exercise for strengthening for those rotaries and turnout muscles. 5, extend, flex and point. 6, extend, flex and point. 7, extend, flex and point. 8, extend, flex and point. We're going to bring that leg back up into rotary. We're going to drop the knee down to clamshell, just to hip height, and then lifting up for a set of 10, 9, 8, 7, still thinking about that supporting leg, down on the mat. 4, 3, 2, and last one, keeping that knee lifted. If you need to, you can lift your head, bring your fingertips onto the ball. We're going to exhale, extend that left leg, flex and point the foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that leg back onto the ball, extending your leg down, and then slowly coming up to a seated position. Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm feeling nice and warm and very, very worked. So we're going to press our toes together, come into our butterfly stretch. You can always use the small ball if you want to add a little bit of an extra stretch. So you can use the small ball just to kind of slide down and stretch. You're going to bring your nose down towards your toes, just enjoying that stretch. Those hip flexors, they've done a lot of work today. Just holding it here for a few seconds. There's another ambulance. Sorry, everybody. You're going to roll all the way back up to a seated position. And just bring the ball to the side. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. And we're going to come into our cat stretch. So we exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale, arch. One last time. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale, arch. We're going to push back into downward facing dog.
Just holding it here, really pressing those heels down, maybe just feeling the difference in how your body feels compared to the beginning of the class. And we're going to start to pedal through the feet. This is a really good strengthening and conditioning class to maybe add to your weekly routine, or a great way to do this is before you go to dancing, just to warm up, add this to your warm-up routine. And we're going to walk your feet forward. Walk your hands back, slow and controlled, rolling up, lower back, mid back. Upper back, we're going to press our palms together. Little upper back bend. And exhale, release. And we are done. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this ballet-inspired Pilates workout. And if you'd like to see more, please like, comment, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks, guys. Bye.